What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Everyone's. We back again. We doing it. We doing it live for y'all. We out here post game show. We got everybody back from the last time. Of course, you know the Dallas fans. Once again, they didn't show up. They didn't show up. Hey, what's wrong with your back? Got it? What's wrong with your back?
Man, these damn takeaway chains too heavy, man.
Oh, come on, man. Don't do them like that, man.
Sorry, I'm late, man.
Oh, come on, man. Man, there's too much heavy. You got too much hardware on it, man. It's a hard burner being the best.
I need some salon pasta.
Go ahead and put in the claim.
I need some salon pasta, some domes, or something. Something.
He's carrying the weight of success, ladies and gentlemen.
I need some doggone. Take me away.
There's look like
What's going on, Sally? What's going on, Sally? How you doing, Sally?
Got 4 takeaways, baby, 4 chains.
Living a dream out here, you know. We got that big Eagles win, baby. Flying high, baby.
Good, baby. We flying high. Hey, I got a call, man. I got a call from somebody from the past, man. The previous shows, man. They want a countrywide tour. With the shows, man, coming in. So I got them to come in on the show. They're gonna drop in on the show right now. Hey, coming to you live, man. Hey, YouTube, social media famous. Hey, he's coming in, introducing everybody. Buck Bonanza, everybody's country cousin.
Oh man,
how do fellas? How do? How y'all doing this evening? And check it out.
Boy got his guitar.
Thinking about something to do for the people. That's right, something to do for the people. So
hey, Buck, what you got for us this week? Buck, what you got for us? Come on now.
Hey, look here, fella. I sat back. I was on the range coming in. And I said to myself, "Sweet country to Jesus." Go down. So I said to myself, I said, "But they need a tune." I sat around all night and I came up with this pretty little thing I got about to share for y'all. Okay, look here. It ain't platinum yet.
it ain't.
Gonna get it. Okay, so look here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start this off. And at the end of the thing, if you know it, sing along, okay? Right. So here we go. Ready, boys? Ready? All right. Hold on. 2, 3. Just last night, there were a lot of bright lights. The Cowboys came into town and couldn't put up a fight, dear God. Little did they know the Eagles were about to peel their pack back. As I sit here and laugh while smoking on this Cowboy pack. Cheap tents and lawn chairs is how they fold. But that's okay. You're going to Cancun Road. Everybody, Cancun Road. Take it baby long. Hey, mama. Cancun Road. Cancun Road. Cancun Road. Come on, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Cancun.
I do bar mitzvahs, I do weddings, and I also do Dallas Sucks. So with that being said, that ends my tour. I gotta go get my nephew to come back on. My nephew Duke, he'll be right back. We'll see you later. Have a good one.
Yeah. All right, Buck.
Thank you, Buck.
We appreciate you, Buck. Hey fellas, man. Hey, we got to get right into it, man. Everybody knows, man. Hey, like we said the last show, this was the first time for those out there in the audience, man. Hey, first and foremost, man, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that bell notification so you won't miss any of the shows coming up. Hey, so we're gonna go around right here. We're gonna have a discussion about a victory discussion on what happened. Recap what's going on. Then we're gonna get into it a little bit and talk about it, because we can't talk about greatness for too long because people start to get mad. So hey, we're gonna start off one with the QB carousel, man. Hey, Gotti, man, what was your take on the use of the backups this last game? Come on now, let me hear it.
Hey, so it's one of three things. One, we got some good backups.
Okay.
Two, any quarterback can play in our system. Or three, Dallas sucks. It could be all of them. It could be all of them. the way they played, I'm gonna tell you, I was a little disappointed in Pickett. I didn't feel like he was happy to be out there. I didn't feel like he had.
Well, hey, what's going on, fellas? Hey, sorry, I'm late.
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, don't worry, man. Your uncle stepped in for you, man.
Okay, that's stepped in for you.
But I just didn't feel like he had that dog in him, man. I didn't see I didn't see nothing in his eyes. I didn't see anything in his physicality. Like I feel like there's athletes and there's players. I feel like he was just like I'm a quarterback. That's it. That's all I am. I'm just a quarterback. I know the plays. Like I didn't feel no athleticism coming from his aura. You know what I'm saying?
His aura.
I didn't feel nothing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel nothing from him. But I mean, he went out there. He threw a couple nice strikes out there. But what I did like is I think we threw more long balls with the backups than we've been doing with Jalen Hurts the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that is great that the management, that the coach and the coordinators had that confidence in those backups to attempt those passes. I loved it. I loved it because the defense probably wasn't prepared for it. They probably like, okay, these backups aren't coming. Backups are coming in. They're probably going to depend heavy on the run and a high percentage pass plays. And we were out there throwing long balls, accurate, scoring touchdowns. That one, Smitty just missed a touchdown. A.J. Brown had that dope-ass one-handed catch that was out of bounds. But still, that attempt was there from those backup quarterbacks to throw those long balls. The team had confidence in them to throw them, and I absolutely loved it, man.
Okay. Sally, what you got, man?
Hey, I mean, I'm starting with like Gotti said. At first Pickett came out like he didn't want to be there, like he wasn't happy. It's his first start at the link. With the Eagles, and you come out like, I mean, and then I'll be honest with you, it started off like the last game ended. I mean, he came out. I mean, I was like, what's going on with the play calling? 3 straight passes. You know what I'm saying? 3 and out, just like that. Done and over with. I'm just like, what's going on? I thought they was going to make call some plays specifically for this guy, but he's still the same. Now, I would tell you, it started off great with the pick 6, but, when Pickett came out, I was just like, I was already mad the first series. I was already pissed off. Like, oh, here we go again. Here we go. Then he started to get to a little rhythm. I started seeing, he started handing the ball off. I know he's going to close the middle up with Barkley, but, he started handing the ball off. I've seen some short passes, like we talked about, some short passes after Smitty, because Smitty had a great game. And then he got hurt. McKee came in there, and he was on him, man. I mean, he looked like he was poised in the back. He was taking his time. He was throwing strikes. He was accurate. So, I mean, I would give it to, I mean, the backups did their job. They did their job, and they pulled it out. But, great job to the backups for doing what they did.
Yeah, you using dial-up right now, Sally? You look a little delayed. You on dial-up? Hey, dude. Hey, dude, man, we on these QBs right now, man. As you know, man, we had to reach down to the depths, man. We used the third string, the emergency quarterback, however you want to look at it, man. What was your take on the utilization of these quarterbacks?
You talking about me? You talking me or Sal still?
It's on you.
Okay, so look, bottom line is the backups in the third or in the emergency, whatever they want to call it, they did what they're supposed to do. Although I do feel like Tanner did a better job strategically. I feel like Tanner did it better because, like we said before, or like I said, or no, we all said, Tanner's very accurate. He didn't miss too many passes, and when he took the deep shots when needed. So a lot of those things that happened. One, I don't think it would have got as bad as it did had Kenny Pickett went out. Had he went out, I don't think the score would have got ran up like it did. But I do feel like in any situation right now, you can use either as a number 2. I feel like Tanner did his thing as a QB3, technically as a QB3, but he did his thing. So I like the way he did it. I just think that maybe this coming week, depending on if Jalen plays, which that may be for later. But bottom line is they did what they were supposed to do when they did it very, very well. So shout out to them. But I do think that Kenny Pickett getting hurt. I mean, bro, this is your first start at the link, like. And I know they were saying your ribs were a little tight, were a little tender, or whatever. But at some point, bro, I feel like you might want to, fight through that, especially if you took your stuff off and then put it back on later in the game. And we all know why they did it. I'm just saying, I feel like he could have fought through that.
So I think just to jump in real quick, he did fight through it. That was the hit that took him out.
That was the second hit.
That was the second hit. That first one was on
the chump.
Say what?
Quit being a chump. Get your
ass up. The first one was dirty though. I think that's what really shook him up. That one Michael Parsons, it was clean, but it was jolting. But he sucked it up, man. And he already came in the game hurt. He took that cheap shot, took that hit with Michael Parsons, and I don't think he took it no more, man. And your ribs, man, your ribs. If you ever had bruised ribs, every time you take a breath, that shit hurt. So now you got these 250-pound guys coming at you. That he said, I can't take no more.
Hey, look, man, I had a bad tooth. My bad tooth is worse than that.
Hey, Hey, so Duke, man, you mentioned the points, man, the amount of points, and that was, that's a great segue into the next. Well, one of the points that we added here, 41 points. That's the most points we score all year, the entire year. So it was a combination effort between the quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So I don't know if Pickett got in and he was doing his thing, looking as crazy as he was with that crazy pass. I know he got hit. But goddamn, the way that ball went to the ground and he was looking like that, getting thrown around, it was ridiculous. It was time for him to go. Michael took his ass out a little bit later. Michael Parsons took him out a little bit later. Hey, so aside from that, also one thing to mention about Tanner McKee, he could. I don't know who be coming up with these records, man, because they'll have a record. Hey, the most yards, yards ran. The most yards ran with his shoestring untied. They'll be like the most catches caught with one hand behind his back. Like, who keeps track of these things? But they said Kenny Record got the record. Tanner McKee got the record when he threw his first 5 passes. 2 of those was touchdowns. I mean, that's amazing. 2 out of your first 5 NFL passes or touchdowns. That was great. So that definitely contributed to the 41 points, man. What else contributed to the overall offensive success? Sally, what you got?
I think, like I said, them preparing for Saquon, trying to clog the middle. Well, it let Smitty wide open. Smitty was open damn near every play. Every play he was open. I mean, the guy had out of 179 passing yards total, Smitty had 120 of them. So the defenders downrange, the wide receivers were wide open, man. I think that was a success. The rushing game picked up later, but the success of the game was the passing yards, man. Smitty was open all day.
So you think, so Gotti, man, as far as the QBs coming in, do you think that change up was a contributing factor?
I think it's not to say the quarterbacks themselves, but the offensive scheme. We had 5 touchdowns, right? 5 touchdowns, 1 on defense. We had 1 rushing, right? That 1 rushing was a result of that bomb that Smitty didn't score on, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of say 4 passing touchdowns, right? If you want to put it like that. 4 passing touchdowns. It's the plays. They're starting to get confidence in the passing game. Either it's the confidence in the passing game, the confidence in plays, or the receivers are getting open now, or maybe it's the quarterback. I don't know. But out of 5 touchdowns, 4 of them essentially should have been passing touchdowns.
Yeah, I think
that one. My bad. The one Tanner McKee's first drive.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley ran the ball and we kicked the field goal.
Yeah.
But I think on that same drive is when AJ caught that pass out of bounds. So almost 5 passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, but the plays and the action is there on the pass. So I think the passing scheme, or if that was the intent for the coaches going into the game, I think that contributed a lot because I don't think Dallas was ready for us to pass on them with a backup quarterback.
Absolutely. Hey, what they say, straw in the mouth is Buck's mouth. Buck Banana gotta cry. Hey, Gina, what's up? What's going on, Gina? How you doing? You repping Gina Debate. She's out here for Sports Laugh and Chill Show. Hey, everybody, we get fuck Dallas. That's the sentiment around the NFL. That's the sentiment around the NFL. If there's one thing that all teams, all 31 other teams can agree on, that's what? Dallas sucks. Fuck Dallas. Everybody else, 31 teams are together on that. Hey, 31 teams, man. Hey, but so, hey, our main man Ellis is up here, the Steelers fan. He's up here. He's representing as well. You know, he was up here. They didn't fare well either. You know, but he's coming back for the support. He's coming back for the support, and we appreciate that. What's going on, man? Hey, so we talking about the success we had with the QBs, man. Going forward, right? How would you game plan for the Giants with the QBs we have on our roster, man? All three of them. Now, tell me, what would you do with all three QBs if Jalen comes back, if he's healthy? How would you plan for the Giants? Let me go, Dookie.
Okay, so if this is what I would do, if Jalen's healthy and he can come back, play him the first quarter. And I know a lot of people are going to say don't play him, but you got to play in the first quarter just to keep the juices going. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep his timing up with the receivers and all that. Because if they don't, guess what they're going to do? They're going to do everything like Sally always says. They're going to stack the box. So guess what? If Jalen's playing, now you're forced to open up those lanes. Let Saquon get his numbers up. Once he gets his numbers up, cool. Pull Jalen, put Kenny Pickett in. Let him get, the second and third, then put Tanner on the fourth quarter. That's what I would do. I would play all the QBs all together. That way, everybody can get into rhythm. That way, God forbid something happens in the playoffs, those quarterbacks are still have somewhat of a timing with the number ones. That's what I would do.
Got it. You in there now? You in the seat? You in the hot seat? How would you game plan for the Giants?
So, like Doogie said, I would play in the first quarter, no more than the first half, and I would run our offense as if it was Kenny Pickett or Tanner McKee at the helm, which means no quarterback draws. You know what I'm saying? All the plays that you would run with Kenny Pickett and Tanner McKee that you wouldn't run with Jalen Hurts. I would take Jalen Hurts out of the equation. I'd play him, but I wouldn't run the Jalen Hurts offense. I would keep him out of traffic as much as possible. You're not going to run a quarterback draw with Kenny Pickett. You're not going to run it with Tanner McKee. Don't run it with Jalen Hurts, right? Because he got knocked upside his head once. You know what I'm saying? It could happen again, and we don't need that, especially against the Giants. So absolutely. I play in the first half. No first quarter, no more than the first half, because I think they're going to play him just like I'm saying. They're not going to expect him to run all over him. They're going to expect him to have a solid run game, have a solid pass game, and take that third threat of a running quarterback out of the equation. And I think that's how they're going to play defense.
Hot seat, Sally. Let's go. You in the hot seat?
Okay, I got, like I said, I picked Jalen first. Jalen in the first quarter. I don't even know if he would play in the whole quarter. I'll probably play him a couple series and then get him out of there. Pickett's already hurt with the ribs. I don't know how much more damage I want him to take. His ribs are already hurting. So I would get him in maybe for a quarter. Then I would after halftime, I let McKee take it. I would just let him take it and see what he does. So I would give a quarter to each, Jalen, Pickett, and the last second half, I would give it all to McKee and let him rock out, see what he can do.
Yeah, hey, if I'm in the hot seat, I'm gonna treat it just a combination with what everybody's saying, trying to preserve everybody. Tanner McKee, he definitely will get the brunt of the Giants game, period. I mean, exactly the point that Sally brought up, man, with those ribs. You don't want to compromise anybody's health in this game, this throwaway game, whatever you want to call it, against the Giants. You don't want to compromise anyone's health because you need everybody healthy for these playoffs, man, because everybody know there is no next week. Once the playoffs start, there is no next week. So, hey, I will play it like the All-Star game. You know how they have it, the Pro Bowl, where everybody come in there getting in a fair amount of time. That's what I would do. So, everybody talked about it a little bit, but, focusing in on it. Now, as far as the rushing record, everybody, some people say, it's not important. Me personally, I feel it's important because like I brought up on the last show that we had, Eric Dickerson broke the record 40 years ago. Nobody can tell me who won that Super Bowl the year before, the year during, or the year after. So my thing is, that's important. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I wouldn't want to compromise, anybody's health. So, Dookie, how would you handle the rushing record during this game versus the Giants? He got 100. He needs 101 yards to break the record.
He would get 102, and that's it, brother. All right, hey, sit down, relax. We good. But then again, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta kind of want to make a stable, and I hate to say it like that, but you gotta kind of give me 10 or 15 yards more than that. You know what I'm saying? To make it even harder for the next person to do it. So I would just call the plays like I would normally call them, but I gotta pose this question to one of our own record holders up in here. You know what I'm saying? We got guy up here, Paul Burhigh. You know what I'm saying? Russian record. Go ahead and give him the accolades. God, you can give him the accolades in the high second. But if it were me, like, I mean, I'm sorry, if it were you, would you want to get that record and then sit or tosses to the side? Are they considered rushing yards? Because it's not.
Yeah. If it's behind, when he tosses it, as long as he tosses it behind him, as long as he's in front of the rusher when he tosses it to him, it's rushing.
It would be a whole lot of that and say, go do work. Do work, Snooki. Do work. That's what I would do. Give him a whole bunch of sauce. Go, hey, Snooki, do work. That's what I would do.
Got it. You in there now. Does the rushing record matter as much? How would you handle it playing against the Giants?
I would try to work both at the same time. I would try to preserve the players and try to get that rushing record. The downside of that is most of Saquon's yards throughout the season come in the second half.
Bingo.
So my thing is run the first half. If he's close in the second half, 10, 20 yards, 20, 30 yards, put him back out there. Hey, tell the offense, look here, man. We got Saquon for 5 more plays. You know what I'm saying? No holding, pancakes. Let this man get his yards so we can get him out of here and preserve him for the postseason. So I would definitely play him first half. If he breaks the record, then yank him. Let Gainwell get some shine. Shipley's out. We had some guy in there the other day. But man, get that check mark and then start looking to the future.
Hey, those of you in the comments, I want to hear from y'all as well. I know some of y'all on different teams, but if y'all had a team full of greatness, if y'all had this great problem that the Eagles are facing right now, if y'all had such a problem, how would you handle this on your team, man? Sally, man, come on, man.
I tell them, hey, listen, you got the first half to eat. You got to eat the first half. I mean, get your linemen, get your offensive line hyped up. Tell them, guys, you got to finish this in the first half. Now it depends how close he is, because we know last time AP was 8 yards short. That was a bad deal. AP was 8 yards short. We don't want that to happen to Barkley. So, like I said, Duke, I'll let him eat. Try to get as much as he can that first half, depending on how much he needs for the second half. If he's too far off, I'm going to pull him. If he's too far off, I don't think because like you said, he gets most of his yards in the second half, and I just don't want nothing to happen to my man. But so I let him eat the first half, and how close he is, I'll let him get in there. But once he gets it, he out of there, man. He out of there.
Gina repping the base talking about if it was CMC, it'll never be CMC. We're talking about Saquon. Gina, I know you're a 49ers fan, but you're on the Eagles team, right? This is the Eagles problem. The 49ers will never have this problem, Gina. So I need you to think in a winning team's mindset. CMC, Christian McCaffrey would never have this problem going into the postseason. So Gina, I need you to restructure your way of thinking. If you were an Eagles with Saquon Barkley, okay, y'all hear me? Hey, hey, Ellis out there, Najee Harris would never have this problem on the Steelers. You will never have this problem. If you were an Eagles with Saquon Barkley, y'all, that's the question being posed. Hey, so hey, for everybody on here and everybody in the thing, I want y'all to think about it as well. Okay, say he's running in the first half. You also have to consider going into the playoffs, those extra snaps that he be taking, those extra hits, those extra risks to injury. What if we go into halftime? He's been doing good. We're at 75 yards. What'd you do? We go keep him in that third quarter?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I'm gonna tell you, just like Eric Jackson is saying right now, I'm gonna make him eat in front of the Giants. He can rub it in their faces. That's the thing. Number one, and this is my segue at the end, man. The Giants are about the stupidest organization I've ever seen. For one, hear me out. I'm not just saying this just because. For one, they got rid of Saquon. Everybody knows stupidest move they could have ever made, right? For two, they go out and try to win this game when they had the number one fucking pick. They go out and win that game against the Colts. Now they drop the 7th pick. How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? I don't know, man. Some teams never recover from their stupidity. Some teams never recover from stupidity, man. Some teams
Can't get right.
never do.
Can't get right, man.
Hey, so as far as our defense, man, some people say the defense looked good. Some people say it had a slow start. Got it, man. How you think our defense played this game against the Cowboys?
I mean, the score tells it all. I mean, are we gonna shut down everybody every single game? Absolutely not. We're not.
Yeah.
But you see, we got a bad apple in the bunch, as we all know. We talked about them throughout the weeks. You know, Darius Slay, man, they're gonna pick on him. You know, they're gonna pick on him. Guantanamo Bay, he gave up a couple yards. He gave up a touchdown. He didn't give up a 30, 40, 50-yard touchdown. It was what, 7, 8 yards, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know, like I told Dookie, he built up enough credit to miss some payments. You know what I'm saying? And a 7-yard touchdown pass is going to happen. So I ain't worried about it. But the defense,
Gina, she make a good point. Now she's thinking smartly. She said if Saquon get the record, we got to take down Rocky and put up Saquon. Gina, I like it. Now you're thinking smartly. Now you're thinking smartly because we almost booted you off the comments. We almost booted you off, man.
I like that, Gina.
We like it. Hey, everybody else out there in the comments, tell me, how would y'all handle that problem, man? Hey, so Sally, man, what you think, man? What you think as far as the defense?
Hey, they did a great job. 4 turnovers, 1 pick six out of them 4 turnovers, man. You can't. And I mean, the first play of the game, passing the game, pick six, bro. You can't. And they shut them down 7 points, and they split up 7 points in the first quarter. I mean, come on now.
Right.
Do I need to say more? We had a phenomenal defense. Had a phenomenal game. That's all I need to be said about that.
Hey, everybody's main man, Zach Bond, man. Did y'all? I don't know if y'all realize, but hey, did you know this Zach Bond has as many tackles this year on the Eagles than he had all of his years in the Saints combined? Did you know that?
Woo! No, I did not know that.
Man, hey, Zach Bond is doing his thing, man. Hey, everybody recognize the talent on the defensive side of the ball, man. So, hey, Duke, man, how do you think, man? What do you think? Sally made a good point.
I mean, when it's all said and done, man, I mean, 7 points, bro. 7 points. It's simple as that. And that one touchdown was just happened to get there. Their first drive went all the way down, got into the red zone, pick six. CJC couldn't get no better. Like at that point, that was the start of the turnaround. I mean, honestly, Zach Bond with the handoffs stopping the potential third down possession turnover, but getting the first on third down. I mean, bro, defense played lights out on that game, and I truly believe that 1, it was a statement game. 2, you know what I'm saying, we were cleaning them up. I mean, 3, like the defense, they were just being and every facet, every turn, off defensive line, linebackers, corners, they're all playing well. We just need to keep that same energy going into the season.
Got that confidence back up from that Washington game.
And then here we go, man. I don't know who this guy is, man. I don't think he realized I was hosting the show. Emmanuel, I don't know what team he on. Talking about some we played.
Oh, you already know. You already know what team he on. You already know what team he on. You already know.
I don't remember teams I don't care about. What team is he on?
The one we just torched, that one.
with a backup and third string quarterback.
Hey, here we go. Hey, speaking of, we played the MASH squad, right? They had 2 chances. Out of 2 chances, the Cowboys, we held them to just 13 points, 214 passing yards, 97 rushing yards in 2 games. That's 2 games. That wasn't 1 game. 2 games. So, Emmanuel, come on, man. Get realistic. You starting to sound like Jerry Jones, man. Hey, what do you think? What do you think contributed to that overall, holistically? Got it? Hey, basically. Next question. Dallas sucks. Next question. Here we go.
You say, as the young folks say, period.
Period.
Period, boo-boo. Period, boo-boo.
Period.
Hey, we had that number, man. We already know how division games go. But I'm gonna tell you, I was a little nervous coming to this game because of our quarterback situation. But like I said, out of those 1 or 3 things, either our backups are good, or the second thing was that it was the offense. Any quarterback can play in the offense that we have put together, and then the defense, man. I mean, look what we got back there. We got some great guys back there. You know, when it's time to put the pedal to the metal, they out there doing their thing. You know, but I don't know what to say. They doing their thing back there.
And wait, hold on.
That's a good problem to have.
No, look, Manny talking about who was the QB. Look, we was on our third string. Y'all
exactly.
Cooper Flush is who y'all had. He was supposed to be the man for y'all last year.
If we take away,
and we ain't trying to hear the fact that CD was out, because guess what? Who cares? Our number one QB was out. Ain't no one trying to hear that. We had a second and third string quarterback playing, and we still put a 40 burger on y'all. Ain't no one hearing that. No.
Even if you take away the points that the second string got, the third string still beat them.
Absolutely.
The guy's only played what 3 quarters in his whole life. In his whole life.
And he threw a tutty on y'all. Please, come on, Manny. Come on, now. You don't believe that.
Hey, here we go. Emmanuel talking about some Jordan win. Eric out here. And Eric starting to make good sense. The Eagles made the Cowboys a big. Absolutely. But Gina's coming through with good sense again. Emmanuel Flagler, you gonna be on the sideline watching the playoffs again, like y'all been doing. Y'all don't even get the hype of losing in the first round this year. They don't even get that satisfaction of losing in the first round, because the Cowboys was one of the first teams to clinch elimination. So hey, it is what it is.
Hey fellas, Cancun on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Cancun.
Enjoy the market.
Hey. So once again, man, we have a good problem on our hand, man. Looking forward, as far as our QBs, seeing the backup QBs. Now we got to put on our thinking hats. How do you move forward into the offseason now with our 3 QBs? Gotti, what would you do? Howie for today.
From what we've seen, I would continue to develop Tanner McKee. I'll continue to develop Tanner McKee and find another third string to replace Kenny Pickett.
Oh, okay. So you will move Tanner to the second.
I'd move Tanner to second.
Okay. Everybody in agreement on that?
I would do that, but I don't know. I would put Tanner McKee second, but I would maybe potentially, I'm not saying looking free agency for a better option, like a Kirk Cousins, like we were saying before.
Okay.
Get a Kirk Cousins, bottom deal just to have him on the team, just in case something like that happens. Because Kirk definitely might be out there for the taking this season, because no one's really going to want him. So I mean, Tanner McKee is good, but he was a backup. He was number 2 at one point in time for a reason, and he lost his job to Kenny Pickett. So I mean, I don't know.
Just because of seniority, when he came in, Tanner McKee came in, you know what I mean? So like I said, he hadn't had any NFL snaps already. The last time he played ball, I mean, really, for when it counted was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You know what I mean? So when it really counted. So, hey, Sally, what would you do, man? You Howie for today.
Like I said, I would get rid of Pickett. I would get a nice veteran quarterback, maybe like a Kirk Cousins, somebody out there. I would make Cousins the second string, and I'll still leave McKee the third string, but I definitely would get a good seasoned veteran quarterback and get rid of Pickett.
Okay. I'm kind of in agreement with that, man. I like that a little bit better.
And I say that against McKee mainly because of its durability. Kenny Pickett has been hurt. He was hurt a lot on the seals. He hurt now. You know what I'm saying? And I get it's not his fault with the ribs or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? As a backup, you only played 2 games, now you're hurt. So it's like, you really want to take that chance again? I don't know.
Because, that was an injury that he brought in. He didn't just get hurt. You know what I mean? He's had that, like Gotti said in the very beginning, he carried that injury over. He's been playing with that for a while. The past couple games, the last game he played, he had on the little flak vest thing, acting like that was really going to help something. I don't know, but he carried that game over. But me, if I'm Howie, man, I'm going to use whatever type of draft stock that I can get for whatever picks out of Tanner McKee. I mean, what's his name? Kenny Pickett. He's so goddamn sorry. I don't even remember his name. Kenny Pickett. I'll do whatever I can to get out of him. You know what I mean? Some later on draft picks or whatever it takes. I will definitely bring in a veteran quarterback to continue to develop Tanner McKee as the third. You know what I mean? So when he comes in, he's a little bit more efficient. I would definitely hold on to him because he definitely had that poise. He had that look in his eye like he was ready to go. As soon as Tanner went down, man, he was over there. He was drooling at the mouth. He was drooling because he know what he was gonna do, man. So, hey, so I mean, everybody's pretty much still in agreement on, you know what I mean, on that part right there. So, you know, moving forward, getting ready for the playoffs. Gotti, what big issues do you see that needs to be addressed going into the playoffs?
That cornerback position, man. I mean, if we see it sitting at home, you know, those coaches, those scouting coaches definitely see it. You know, looking at preparing to play for the Eagles, man. Darius Slay, you know, either he's hurt or he's getting burnt, and I don't know if he act like he's hurt because he got burnt. You know,
he do that a lot.
Eyes in the backfield. You know, getting double move was killing him. You know, he's killing us on that corner position, man. Offense, not too many changes I would make on offense. Just like I said, I would make sure we'd start designing our offense around primary and secondary quarterbacks, making sure the line is used to whoever is in there, you know, just in case we have another issue. So the game time adjustment is easier than, you know, we weren't expecting Jalen to go down, and now it's Kenny Pickett. Now it's a big game time adjustment. So I would make sure we develop Kenny Overhead, especially when he's with the Steelers. I can see it.
Hey, Eric Jackson says send Kenny Pickett to the CFL.
Hey,
I like it.
But, Eric is a Steelers fan, though.
Well. They know good hell well when they drafted that guy as high as they drafted him, they were getting themselves into trouble with the Steelers, and they brought him over here, and we picked up the crap, man. So, Sally, man, you were shaking your head north and south to Gotti, man. You in agreement?
I'm agreeing to like the cornerback position needs to be worked on, and also developing our second and third string QBs to take the helm if they need to. Also, I mean, we did pretty good. I mean, we still have one penalty called back. We had a touchdown, and Landon Dickerson had a penalty, called it back for a touchdown pass, but we still need to work on our penalty situation. We get too many offensive penalties out there, so we got to work on that.
All right, Dookie, man, you Howie, man, you Howie, and Nick, going into the offseason, man, what issues do we need to work on?
The offseason or
the postseason?
The postseason. Sorry, y'all, my bad. The postseason.
Okay, all right. So postseason, I would tell the OCs and the cornerback coaches, like, look here, who are we playing? You go back and you look at tape on who fared better, which cornerbacks fared better against those teams through the past 3 years. And you figure out for instance, if we're playing Green Bay, right? We play Green Bay. Okay, out of our corners, who fared well against Green Bay? And you put those corners in as starters along with Quignon. You know what I'm saying? That's how you figure out which corners are going to play better, because you don't want to put Slay out there. And again, shout out to Slay for making a couple of plays last week, not this week, but yeah. My daughter used to do it when she played basketball. Anytime you go for a layup and you miss it, the first thing you want to do, no, I ain't one trying to hear that. You want to get back down court. So come on, Slay. Like, you getting burnt. Your post game interview, you standing there looking like Peter Bread, man. Come on, you gotta get up, man. So my thing is, again, you find those corners that fared well against those teams that we're playing, and you put those corners and you start those. So if it's not Slay, then it's not Slay. You put in the corner that played well against him at that time. That's what I would do.
Hey, so looking into it, man. Hey, looking into the postseason, you know, potentially the off season. Cooper DeJean, we call him DeJohn, man. Coop, man. You know, he plays the nickel. Does that mean keeping him in the nickel? Does it mean moving it over, changing the defense, any type of defensive schemes? I mean, everybody knows Slay is not so much an asset anymore. Everybody out there is going to make a good play, but Slay is the third oldest person on the team. He's one of the oldest players in the entire NFL, you know, as a whole. So, Father Time, those birthdays, they're not on anybody's side, man. You don't get better with age past a certain thing playing in a combat sport like the NFL, man. So, Sally, man, what do you think, man? Do we need to change up our defense at all or anything, or just keep going, just work on Slay?
I just think, you know, Slay, hey, I got it, brother, but I just think it's time for him to move on, to be honest with you. I think he needs to go ahead and hang his boots up, hang his cleats up, he got a beautiful wife. When he go hang out with her, you know what I'm saying? But he needs to go ahead and kick rocks. I think, you know, moving Cooper DeJean maybe to the CB, you know, I mean, that could be a possibility in the offseason to see how he works out. But definitely, I think we need to move on from Slay, man. He's done.
Well, I think he'll work out just fine, man. Because he doesn't really get any penalties. That's a lot of things, like we said in the beginning of the year. When you have a lot of rookies, especially playing those DB positions, you're relying on somebody else. They usually get a lot of penalties, but they haven't been getting a lot of those holding penalties or those whatever defensive pass interference and all that stuff. He really hasn't gotten it though. Him or Kenyon Mitchell, they haven't really gotten those the entire year. So that shows that he's a little bit more polished. He also didn't get, where he come from, Iowa. He didn't get those penalties out there as either. So that's a possibility. You still got a couple other guys that are injured that are over there as well. So what are we gonna? Like I said, I know the Steelers fans, the 49ers fans. We talking about stuff y'all don't understand, man. These are good problems to have. We're a first world country, man. We're a first world team talking about problems, how to fix greatness. I know a lot of y'all can't relate to what we're talking about right now, Gotti. Hey, Gotti, man, I know they can't relate to what we're talking about, man, but would you change any type of defensive schemes or just, is it slay? What is it?
I would definitely make a personnel change and not a position change. That, like we said before, the cornerback position is the hardest position out there.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about changing Cooper from a position that he's still learning in the NFL, like the top, the most prestigious football league or football conference, or however you want to say it, to now he's getting his feet wet and getting used to it, to move him over to the hardest position where he's still trying to hone in on where he's at now. So I say leave him where he is. I mean, even when you hear the announcers talk and say, hey, this guy just moved from guard to tackle. Like, even though those positions are right next to each other, they are a completely different animal.
Oh, yeah.
Different reads, different assignments. And now you're talking about possibly taking Cooper from, playing the zone to playing somebody man-to-man, in the man coverage. Now I say leave him where he is. Let him continue to stay in the zone where he's covering those people, covering the running backs and everything like that. Don't put him out in the corner when you get somebody like freaking Justin Jefferson and he tortures him all night.
We got to look at that speed, man, because Coop ran track in school.
Coop got bounced.
But like I said, when you take somebody from that position, now they have to learn that position, and now it's the learning process. And now you have to learn all these different types of receivers in the process.
Well, he's not really necessary. I mean, he's just playing the nickel corner. Like he played corner in college. That's why we drafted him for that position.
Right, but what is he playing now?
Nickel corner.
Right. So now you're talking about from one position to another position in the NFL.
Okay.
So to go from corner in college to safety is I'm not gonna say it's a downgrade, but it's a whole lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah. We talk about we bringing him over. Like I said, he played corner in college, man. He played D corner in college. Moved him over to because we had once again we had such a good problem with people. But I just think Slay, man, Slay is his time, man. Slay has seen better days, man. It's time for him to go. So yeah, Slay, move him into a mentorship role, man. Even for these games right here on the Giants, I would honestly test out a couple of these things on the Giants. Because the Giants, they coming in here.
Ain't shit anyways.
It ain't shit anyway. They coming in here. You know how, once again, we talk about these Cowboys, man. The teams don't have nothing to lose, man. They coming in here. Everything's going to play into, as far as the rushing record, as far as these guys out here. I would try out a couple plays on, I always talk about the playbooks and all of this stuff, man. Go to the last couple pages of the playbook and try out a couple something, man. In the fourth quarter, let Tanner try out a couple things, and we go from there, man, just to get ready, for those guys, just in case, to build that confidence on them going into the playoffs, man. Hey, but we at that point of the show. Meet is here, man. Hey, so we just go and doing this one, man. We just go talk about. I wanted to pose a question to the fans. And everybody here in the chat group right now. I've heard this, said a couple different ways, and this is just my question to each one of y'all. Does the run set up the pass, or does the pass set up the run? Dookie, what you got?
The run definitely sets up the pass.
The run sets up the pass. Okay.
All right. Is it just answer the question and keep going, or explain why?
I want to hear a little bit. What you got? Why?
Okay,
what and why?
The run sets up the pass. Gotti knows. He knows. He definitely knows. You keep running the ball. Guess what? DBs are going to start getting less. Why? Because they're going to say, well, they're not throwing the ball anyway, so I'm not going to give 100%. They haven't thrown the ball all game, or they've only thrown the ball twice. I'm not really on it because they're going to be pretty much running the ball. DBs and linebackers, they're always going to step up. They're just going to come up. Why? To fill in the empty gaps. That's what they're going to do. And you do that long enough, and then people start getting beat up front. Eventually, you step back, and the DBs are like, oh shit, they're passing the ball. Now they're caught off guard. Linemen have already pumped up, and guess what? Boom. That's when the Calteras come into play. That's when the Dallas Goederts come into play. That's when the over-the-top, the dunk plays start to come into play. So to me, the run definitely sets up the pass without a shadow.
Sally, what you got, man? Sally, what you got? Does the run set up the pass, or does the pass set up the run?
The run definitely sets the pass up. I mean, I'm trying to use this last game, but Dallas is trash anyways. But they were stacking the box with Saquon and Smitty and the guys. Smitty was wide open every time downfield. That definitely. So they was trying to stop the run, trying to stop Saquon, and Smitty was downfield open every time. So that's the answer right there. The run definitely sets the pass up.
Got it. What you got?
I got 2 words for you. Play action. Play action, right? Quarterback fakes the run. Linebackers come up. Pass. What's the equivalent? What's the reverse of that?
Action play.
A 7-step drop and then the draw. You know what I'm saying? So the run definitely sets up the pass, man. Play action pass. You know, you got those linebackers. You got those linebackers coming up. And then you got those you hitting, and possibly the DBs coming up, depending on how good we'll fake the wideouts or tight ends. Tight ends give their defenders and hit them with the long ball. So play action, man. The run definitely sets up the pass.
Hey, those of you in the comments, let me hear what y'all got to say as well. Those in the comments, what do y'all say? Does the run set up the pass, or does the pass set up the run? I kind of feel it's a little bit of both, depending on the team, right? Normally, everybody wants to come out and you want to establish your run dominance in the first quarter. That usually sets up the pass. But however, if your run isn't working and now your passing is working, you go to the pass. You throwing the pass, your quick slants, you got your out routes, you got doing whatever, your all flies, whatever you want to call it, like in Madden. You know what I'm saying? You throwing the ball well, what does that do? Now, if they switch over to guard the run, if they switch over to guard the pass, do you think you'll be able to more run the ball a little bit better or what?
No, if you ain't got Saquon back there, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. If you ain't got Saquon, it ain't gonna work anyway.
It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the success of the pass or the success of the run, but the play action is before the success of the fruition of that run or of the pass.
Right.
It's part of that play to say, okay, you need to determine if I'm running or passing right now.
Right.
If you complete a pass, the answer is already established. But when you run that play action, you're going to freeze those linebackers from getting into that drop, because they're going to have to read if it's actually a run or not. And then you have those receivers get into their zones, get into the zones that the linebacker should have dropped in, but they're not there because that play action frozen.
Right, right. Hey, y'all know, man, with this win, we secured the number 2 spot, right? So as it goes right now, as of today, and most likely it'll continue over because of how they playing with their scheduling, not the strength of schedule, but their wins. Most likely we might be playing the Commanders again. So Sally, man, what would you do, man? How would you prepare to get ready to play for the Commanders again? You saw what happened the last time. We won the first one. They got the second one. What do we do going forward?
We need to. I watched the game last night, and my man, he was running wild on them guys out there last night. Jaden Daniels was just running all over the place on those guys. So we have to contain that guy. That guy has to be contained. He's just like Lamar. You got to contain him. Once we contain Jalen and get Jalen rattled, Jalen, he's gonna be. Yeah. Then that's what we need to do. We need to get to the quarterback. We got to contain Jalen Daniels. That's what we got to do. And once we contain him and keep him from getting outside the pocket and running all over the place, and we can keep him in the pocket, then that will set everything else up. But we got to contain that guy first. He's the priority, is getting to him first.
I think one of the guys who hit it on the head, man, and he wasn't even answering this question, was Gotti last night in the chat group, man. If Michael Penix would have been more accurate, what would have happened, Gotti?
Oh, he would have ate him up. Because they was toasted out there.
Oh, absolutely.
He was toasted out there, but he couldn't. He wasn't accurate. He overthrew him by 3 or 4 yards, but he had 2 or 3 steps on the DB.
Yep.
So those defenders are vulnerable.
Yeah. Duke, man. Going into the game, we play the Commanders again. What do we need to change up?
I wouldn't really change. Granted, we lost again, but I wouldn't change anything because it obviously went down to the last play. But what I would do, I would put a spy on him. He gets a lot of first downs based off his running ability. So we can leave one of our quick deep linebackers or something like that on him, or even put Cooper up, and then you put a spy. It's some kind of package deal like that. I think that'll limit his carries and that'll force him to throw the ball or get rid of it, one of the two, or run out of bounds. I feel like that's what we need to do. We need to put a spy on him somehow, some way. The same way the Chiefs tried to do us during the Super Bowl. Same way.
Yeah. Same thing, man. And play like the Miami Hurricanes used to play man on defense, man. Don't let that happen again when he got that 30-yard run.
That's right.
Run through his ass. Run through his ass. And once again, say it with me, y'all. Run through his ass.
Run through his ass.
No way. There's no way we can let him get that shit.
No, we can't.
We know what happened after that. We know what happened after that. Hey, y'all, but everybody in the comments, like I said, man, if you're new to the show, if you just logged in, man, please hit that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you won't miss another episode of the Regal Eagle, what we got going on over here, man. We got going over here. Hey, we're going to close it out, man. Grand closing, grand opening, grand closing. Grand opening, grand closing. Going around the horn, man. Around the room, around the Gotti. You got any final comments?
Hey, we need San Fran to beat up on them boys tonight. Hey, I ain't saying take them out, but cause some damage.
Sal, what you got? Sally, what you got?
I just want to thank all our fans for logging in and keep it up. Tell everybody, tell a friend to keep these numbers up.
Dude, what you got?
Sure. Hey man, I love the continuity, man. I love the chat. I love the energy, man. Let's keep it going, man. New Year's is coming. A new year, new platform. Let's get it. Let's go. The world is ours. Let's get it.
Absolutely.
Everybody in the chat, we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely, man. Hey, and as live in effect, man, Saturday, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be up here again for the pregame show with the Giants. Get ready for that. We're going to witness greatness. I believe we're going to witness greatness during that game. So, hey, everybody out in the chats, like and subscribe. We appreciate all the support for everybody that we had out here for the whole season, man. We continue to show greatness, exercise greatness, and let me go. Just start my theme music.
Othello on the beat.